Good morning to all of you. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning,
Okay.
sir.
So you are able to voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you got the material with you?
Sir,
Have
the
you
online material.
book is there with you?
So we got to open it. Yes, sir.
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का बुक है आपके पास जो इग्नो ने दिया है? Anybody has it? Say yes or no. Otherwise, today we'll just talk about general AI and later talk of general database because I have the same stuff on the other laptop, but that laptop doesn't have the internet because I have not got the password for the internet. My son and my wife has it, but they are not here. So then I'll be able to handle it tomorrow. Okay. So, have you got this booklet? Then you open the booklet, then I'll talk about the book. Otherwise, I'll talk it openly. Anybody has a book? Yes or no?
So download it from the
हैं? नहीं
download
है?
it from the website. Yeah.
डाउनलोड नहीं करी?
नहीं, download
Yes,
it.
I have, sir.
हैं?
I
Download
have the
करके
book.
sir.
डाउनलोड करा.
हेलो हेलो आवाज आ रही है आपके पास? हेलो हेलो.
हाँ सर, आ रही है, आ रही है.
हाँ, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये आप ई ज्ञान कोर्स से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं अभी. आप किसी के पास कंप्यूटर है जो कंप्यूटर से कनेक्टेड है? हेलो हेलो.
Sir,
सर
access
ऑलरेडी डाउनलोडेड है सर.
download कर लिए.
डाउनलोड कर लिया तो डेस्कटॉप में आप यूनिट 1 का आप प्रेजेंट करा सकते हैं सर, उसी से देख के पढ़ा देंगे.
जी बिल्कुल.
तो आप
तो सर बट अभी क्लास 226 का था ना, डेटा साइंस का. डेटा
टू
साइंस
टू
को
सिक्स
करना
का
है.
था.
हाँ,
हाँ,
226
226 का है. तो
ठीक.
226 का ही सर पूछ रहे हैं ना, वो मतलब कि वो बुक के लिए.
हाँ, मैं है मेरे पास, मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ स्क्रीन अपनी.
ये सर 226 जो है आपका बिग डेटा का है, डेटा साइंस का है सर ये.
हाँ जी.
पहला 226 है सर.
स्क्रीन शेयर करूँ मैं?
हाँ, एक मिनट थोड़ा सर से मैं डिस्कस कर लूँ फिर मैं बताता हूँ आपको.
ठीक, ओके.
हेलो.
हेलो.
हाँ आलम,
जी.
आपने प्रेजेंट कराना है?
हाँ, करा दूंगा, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
हाँ ठीक है, आप प्रेजेंट करा दीजिए और सर आपको ये स्क्रीन शेयर करा दीजिए और सर बोलेंगे उसको नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट करते रहना, सर बता देंगे पढ़ा देंगे वो. क्योंकि थोड़ा सा इंटरनेट का इशू आ रहा है ना, वो दूसरे लैपटॉप में है सर का मटेरियल और उसमें इंटरनेट
ठीक है.
कनेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहा है. तो आप
ठीक है
शेयर
सर.
कर दीजिए और सर जैसे जैसे बताएंगे पढ़ाते जाएंगे, फिर आप लोग पढ़ते जाना.
शेयर किया है मैंने, स्क्रीन दिख रहा है.
हाँ, एक मिनट.
दिख रही है, दिख रही है.
ओके.
आपका मटेरियल दिख तो रहा है लेकिन आपका मटेरियल अभी आया नहीं है. एक मिनट में देखता हूँ. हाँ ठीक है, अभी आ गया. ठीक है, अभी आ गया. ठीक है सर, उनका तो प्रेजेंट किया हुआ है, बड़ा नहीं हो पाएगा.
और बड़ा करना है थोड़ा सा. 174%. अभी ठीक है, थोड़ा सा मैंने बढ़ा दिया और जूम कर दिया।
हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, इतना पे कर लीजिए आप।
Okay, somehow or other we have managed some solution. Okay,
Yeah.
because by tomorrow it will be okay. All right. The first lecture is on big data. You know where this big data come from. You have seen that introduction, objective data science, and statistical data type, sampling, basic methods of data analysis, descriptive analysis, exploratory analysis, inferential analysis, common misconception of data analysis, application of data science life cycle, and so on. So now, earlier, one was talking of big data primarily from the meteorology and archaeological departments, because archaeology is a long history of life, and meteorology is also having the data. For example, India meteorological department is having data for the last 150 years, so it's a huge data. But once the Facebook came up, WhatsApp came up, neural network came up, the data within few days becomes as much data as few years data. So that's where the analysis of that data is important. Okay. Is that you understand? That's where, because all this WhatsApp, Twitter, all these things have got into the big data, and that's where big data has become analysis of this has become a very important thing. For that, machine learning is used. So that's again comes as a part of AI. So that's where the things are there. Next page, please. Go to next page. Yes. So this is the introduction. So that's where large data came up from there. So you started the data warehousing and all these things and all that. So that's where you got the big data and all that. So then next go to the objectives. Objectives are that define the, just 1 minute. Vishesh, can you give the password for the internet now? But anyway, now we'll continue with this. Define the term data science, explain different types of data, list and explain different types of analysis, and then go to the applications and define the life cycle of data science. Go to the next, please. Data science definition. You see this diagram. There's a machine learning, program visualization, machine learning, big data, this, and then modeling, simulation with mathematics is required, and domain knowledge. These are the three things which are required for the data science. That
Sir,
is computing.
excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, in this data science that we are learning today,
Yeah.
sir, are we going to practice it on Python or some other language? Because Python is right now too much into data science and machine
It's
learning.
Python.
Python. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when are we going to perform the experimentation on Python? From which section, sir?
That's sometime will come on to the fourth lecture. Fourth lecture.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So you see, therefore, data science has computing requirement, mathematics requirement, and domain knowledge requirement. These are the three things which says, and computing goes to programming, visualization, machine learning, big data, and mathematics is modeling and simulation, statistics is required, and domain knowledge is important. This. So next we go to types of data. Go to the types of data. Yes, this is structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data, and data streams. So these are the four different type of data. Whereas for the normal earlier, we were talking about only structured data. Now we are talking about semi-structured, unstructured. For example, you are sending your WhatsApp, you are sending Facebook, sending your Twitter. All these data, earlier the data, meteorological and archaeological data was just properly structured data. But now the what data is coming is a semi-structured or unstructured. You might be using four for number four for or love LUV, no spelling, or something you are using Sanskrit, something you are using English, something you are using French, sometimes you are using so different languages there. So that type of this. So these are the data. So structured data, you know, structured data is a common business oriented. COBOL was being most probably used, and RDBMS was using for structured data. Relational database management was used for the for most of the time for the data. So figure 2, you see that this one, this is figure 3. Figure 2 आइए, ये figure 2. So there you see that you have customer name, and all these details are there. So this is a sample schema of structured data. Now you can go to figure 3, sample semi-structured data. So data science and big data, R. Raman, author, C.B. Shekhar, all these are broken up things, which is a semi-structured data. Then you go to figure 4. Okay, abhi ID figure 4. We go to a data stream is characterized by a sequence of data over a period of time. Such data may be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured, but it gets generated repeatedly. Okay, then you go to the statistical data type. These are the category of qualitative data. Then you get the quantitative data. You do measurement scale of data, and then you go to this analysis of all. That is, we can define the measurement, their characteristic and example. Normal, ordinal, interval, ratio, and all these things are there. This is measurement scale and data. So sampling, these are the samples. So that you have population and sample. You have a population. Next, go next. Yeah. So these are the samples. So these are the samples, and this is the total population. So this is the type of data. Next, go to the next graph. That is the term statistics and parameters. पीछे आ जाइए. That is statistics and parameters. So that's the one, because statistics is computed for the sample mean, sample standard deviation, sample size. Whereas parameters are predicted from sample and are about the population. Population mean, that's the mu, population standard deviation, sigma, population size, n. So these are the two things which are there. We discuss different kind of analysis that can be performed on data. So these are this. Then basis method of data analysis. Next 1.4. Okay, on this, the data science is obtained from several data sources. This data is first cleaned for error, duplication, aggregate, and then presented in form. So that you have, first part of the data is you have to process it. And processing, what you do is you remove errors, remove duplication, and aggregated this. That what the description analysis. ये देखो, the उसमें gender is female, female, height is this much, and that is it. This is the consider the data given in the following figure 6 shows that summary of the category of data is figure this. Okay, so the male is M 179, female is 175, and so on. There is a sample height data again for male, female, and all that. So you can see that this is number of the, each one is given a number of the person is given a number, that is 520, etc., S, now S20 and all these things. Here, same thing, sample height data. This is frequency proportion. All from these figures, you again take frequency 5, property this, percentage 50%, male 5, this and so on. So then you can make a pie chart of it. Next, go to the next. Next. Then you can make a pie chart. You see, so many females, so many this, so that it is 50-50. But anyway, it could be 50, 60-40. Anything can be there. So then this is the again data, you mean of the data, then you calculate the median of the data. You know, median, mean, and standard deviation. So mean is the middle total divided by the number of values, and median is the one which is middle of this, and standard deviation is this is the x mean, x mean. Next, आगे चलिए. नेक्स्ट, पीछे थोड़ा सा पीछे, थोड़ा पीछे और पीछे. ये देखिए एक्स मीन वगैरह आ जाता है. The mean and this has been calculated. So these are the graphs but shown. ये देखो सारा median आ गया, and then these are the graph, a possible graph data distribution, that is the almost equal values of mean and median. Distribution of data may be symmetric in nature. This is symmetric, this is asymmetric, this is asymmetric. So these two type of data are asymmetric, this is symmetric data. Okay, आगे चलिए. Next, this is asymmetric, this is asymmetric. So symmetric and asymmetric data, that is what you are trying to see it. And mean and median for possible data, and that type of thing is there. So then next you come, next you go, next. Okay, so these are the various calculation done. Sigma is calculated, and then you calculate sigma, standard deviation, all that which you would have done in statistics, simple statistics on this. So that's the, go to 1.4.2 exploratory analysis. Exploratory analysis में, this was done by John Turkey of Princeton University in 1960, a group method that can be used to learn possibility of relationship amongst data. Data में आपस में relationship क्या है? So उसमें देखें, as a first step, you may perform the descriptive of various categories and qualitative area of your data. Such information is very useful in determining the suitability of data for purpose of analysis. For example, the qualitative data, you may create frequency tables and bar, etc. For quantitative data, you may compute the mean, median, and peak values and all these things. Make two-way table between category variables and make related stock bar charts and all that. So these are the various things what you see on the next diagram. These are the exploratory data analysis. This is the height data. Next, please. Next. This one. So this diagram shows this is the height, and this is female, and this is male. So this is the exploratory data analysis done, so that you can see men are generally taller than the men. So that clear result comes from there. No. And then you can get inferential analysis. You can go to the next, and that you can take t-test and f-test. These are also you would have learned in statistics through decision tree, regression analysis, clustering, correlation analysis. All these things are required. And this tool for data. These are the various tools for the data analysis. One-way ANOVA, F-test, correlation analysis. You know what is correlation coefficient. You know regression analysis, simple regression, linear regression, non-linear regression. You know decision tree. You know clustering and all that. So that type of thing, you know it. So these are the various p-values, compound t-values. Next, you can go to next, and next. These are the various values. You can see that. So that output of two sample t-tests are there. Then predictive analysis, and next comes 1.5, common misconception of data analysis. That is 1.5. Next. This one, common misconception of data analysis. So this you can go through that. You will see this is the figure shows study, attend, marks. Now see, in artificial intelligence, we don't compare with marks. Higher marks, generally we say a person who gets more marks is more intelligent, but it's not true. Marks are important, but they are not related exactly to the intelligence. That we'll study in the artificial intelligence. Simpson paradox. So you can see that Simpson paradox here, and then you can go to the result after a new grouping of data and all these things, and then go to the application of data science, 1.6. Application of data science. So this is similarity analysis, web searching, healthcare system, application related to transport sector. These applications may investigate the possibility of finding best routes. For example, आपको GPS में आपको बताते हैं कि अगर दो रूट है, for example from here, from Merit you want to go to old Delhi railway station. There is one route is through Pragati Maidan, the other route is through other thing. So this will try, and GPS will give you which route you should take depending upon the density of the traffic and number of red light you get and all that. So this is type of thing. So these are the GPS provides all this facility, because Google processing system, Google story, because Darshan Pachale and his wife were invited for a dinner in US. Now, Darshan Pachale told his wife to go directly, and he said, I'll come from the office. Now, from when he went from the office, he could not locate for 2 hours, he continued searching location of his friends where he was going for dinner from office. So by the time he reached, it was already dinner time. End of the dinner, his wife had taken the dinner and left back home. So then he called the group of people. He was not then the CEO, he was the team leader. He collected all the people and they said, why should somebody suffer from this? From there, they did the GPS analysis and produced the GPS. So that's what the application rotating transport sector is the one which is there. Then comes the data science life cycle. Next, 1.7. So we have discussed about various aspects of data science in previous this. The data science project requirement analysis phase, The first and foremost step for data science project would be to identify the objectives of data science project. What do you want? Do you want to use this for production? You want to use for marketing? You want to use for administrative purposes? You want to use for teaching purposes? So that you should know that the data collection and preparation phase. In this phase, first of all, the data sources are identified, followed by designing the process of data collection. उसमें आपको जो एग्रीगेट उसमें मिसिंग डेटा को करना है, रॉन्ग डेटा को ठीक करना है. All these things are data type and addition, all that. Descriptive data analysis. Next, the data is used यूनिवेरिएट बाईवेरिएट एनालिसिस टेक्निक करनी है, डेटा मॉडलिंग एंड मॉडल टेस्टिंग करना है, एंड मॉडल डिप्लॉयमेंट रिफाइनमेंट करना है. दस इन जनरल डेटा साइंस प्रोजेक्ट फॉलोज ए स्पेशल डेवलपमेंट. दिस इज शोन इन फिगर 16. फिगर 16 देखिए, ये देखिए, ये फिगर है सैंपल और लाइफ साइकिल. डेटा साइंस प्रोजेक्ट रिक्वायरमेंट एनालिसिस, data collection and preparation phase, description data analysis, data modeling and model testing, and model deployment and refinement. So that's what the introduction to data science takes. All the things are to be done for them. It's a sample life cycle of the data science project and all that. So you should know what are the advantages of using box plot. How is inferential analysis different to exploratory analysis? What is Simpson's paradox? So all these things are there. So then you take the summary. So the unit introduces basic statistical and analytical concepts of data science. This unit first introduce you to the definition of the data science. Data science is the discipline used concept from computing, mathematics, and domain knowledge. So this is important. The unit also explains some of the basic methods used for analysis, which includes descriptive, exploratory, inferential, and predictive. Few interesting microconceptions related to data science has also been explained with the help of example. This unit also introduces you to some of the application of data science and data science life cycle. जैसे health का बताया था, transport का बताया था, ऐसे 5-6 example आपको बताए थे. But I talked about health, this and all that. So now we go to the unit 2. Let me also take unit 2. Just a moment, please. जिसमें AI खुल गया है. Okay. probability and statistics for data science. So you can see that all these things are there: conditional probability, Bayes theorem, binomial distribution. All these you should have done in statistics. That's what is presented here. And then types of errors in the hypothesis uh, testing and all that. These are the all the up to 2.5.4. You can see that. So that is the this. Then introduction. You can talk about in the previous unit. This we talk about the we were talking about the basic concepts of the data science. Here you are talking objective. You go to the objective, you see we are getting the compute the conditional probability of events, use Bayes theorem in problem solving, explain the concept of random variables, explain the characteristics of binomial and normal distribution, describe the sampling distribution and central limit theorem, state the statistical hypothesis, and perform significant testing. So these are the various things which we are done here in this second unit. So probability, you know what is probability, right? 2.2, please. 2.2. Probability, you know what is probability. You know when you are, the probability is the number of uh, sets of all possible outcome that results in event E, and number outcome in the set of all possible outcomes. So these are the probability. For example, you know you play the Ludo, you have a 6, so you are probability of getting 6 is 1 is to 1 upon 6. Problem of getting 1 is 1 is to 6. Everything is there. So that's where the probability comes over there. And then example, a pair having 6 equally likely this throws, then what is the sample space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and as event shows, then outcome of event A is 2 and probability PA is 1 by 6, because it's a out of 6 1 will come and 1 is 2, so for getting 2 1 was 6 is the probability. So an event 135 and probability of event B is PB is 3 by 6, क्योंकि इसमें 3 डिजिट है, 4 डिजिट है, उसमें इसी हिसाब से probability बन जाता है 4 by 6, 3 by 6, 2 by 6 and all that. Intersection of events, A and B is null set as they are disjoint event. Therefore, probability that both events A and B both occurs with this is 0. The union of the events A and B would be 1, 2, 3, 5. Therefore, the probability the event A or even B event occurs, that whether P or V, 4 by 6 is the probability. Because there are 4 points, so any one can happen. So 4 by 6 is the probability. So that is the probability. So that type you can see the basic definition of probability, and then you see probability A or B is PA plus PB, and all PA and B. So next, you can go to the next. Yeah, this one you can see the diagram. PA or U, this is one, that's the equation. This is so minus PAB. So this is the PA plus PB minus P and B. This is and, this is or. Okay, next. Next goes, okay. So you can go to next, and then you can see all these various formulas and all that you can see, and all these you can then calculate 1 by 6, 3 by 4, because it's a dice of 6. This you can see. So all these are easily done. So you would have done probably somewhere in statistics somewhere. So, but this is the simple questions which are mentioned so that you can use the formula and you can get the results. Next, conditional probability. So the condition probability is this one. So that's where it says sample space and possible outcome of X after Y has occurred. So this is the probability of both these things happening. The conditional probability is given by this. That's the equation which says next. चलिए equation देते हैं pxy is equal to px or y and py. So px and y and px. So this is what the px upon y will be the probability. This is so that with those so many formulas are there. You can look up. Bayes theorem is important, which is very often asked in the examination. 2.2.2 next. Yeah, this is Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem is one of the important theorem which deals with the conditional probability. That is, px upon y into py is equal to py upon x into px. उल्टा हो गया. Okay, or px upon y is equal to px upon y upon x into px upon py. So this relationship becomes very important. This or this is the same relation, but this is what is because if you then you bring py down because negative हो जाता है. So these are the two relationship which one derives from the others. So that gives you the example for Bayes theorem. Is it okay? Then you can see the example 3 and look at it. You can solve it. You can get the answer 7 by 12. Next. Go to next. You get that 7 by 12 is the answer. So you can see that. Then go to random variable and basic distribution. So it may be what is random? Randomness is you know what is random. So randomness is the question here. So random experiments which are performed in almost identical experiment setup and environment determine the attributes of factor that may be related to the problem situation. The outcome of these experiments can take different value because randomly you do one thing. You take this, you do this. That's it. So that's what say the number of heads इसमें three head है, इसमें दो head है, इसमें दो head, one head, two heads, one head, zero head. So that's why use the data of figure 2. You can create the following frequency table which can be converted into problem. This one you say frequency is this 1 by 8, 3 by 8, probability is वहाँ से calculate करते हैं. So that one gives the discrete random variables. The random variables are of two kinds: discrete random variable and continuous random variable. So that you can see this. This is the this diagram. You can next go to the next diagram. This is a probability distribution of discrete random variable x number of heads in 3 tables of this. That one. So this is 0 point this because this is 1 by 8, 1 by number of this is 2, 1 by 1 to 5. 475, yeah, 475 or 375, 375. So that type of thing, 0.375, 0.375, 0.124, 125, 125. So these are the number of heads x into the discrete random variation. So this you can get the formula and all that. Then binomial distribution. Next. You would have studied binomial distribution in, I think, 10th class or 12th class and all that. Binomial distribution, a number of trials are conducted, say n. There can be only 2 possible outcome of a trial, success or failure. So that type of thing is the binomial distribution that you can study, look up this relationship and you can work it out. Probability distribution of continuous random variable, frequency of height. Next, you can see the diagram at figure 5. Yeah. So this is the histogram of 100 random studies, 100 students of a class. एक स्टूडेंट तो बहुत लंबा है, बाकी सारे एक बहुत छोटा है. For the 5 is very small, this fellow is very tall, so rest are all same universal type of things and all that. So this is the height of the. So, जैसे हमारे खलील is more than 7 feet 8 inches, तो उसका तो छत से सिर लगता है. That you would have seen sometime. He was there in USA. Now he is in somewhere in Uttarakhand or Himachal Pradesh, where he is training people for wrestling. Normal distribution. Again, this is the normal distribution. Next. आगे चलिए. Normal distribution. Next diagram देखिए. Next. Yeah, this is normal distribution. This is normal distribution. This is 99% plus minus 3 sigma. That is what you say. Most accurate organization, 6 sigma organization, plus minus 3 sigma. It takes care 99% of this. Plus minus 2 sigma take care of 95% of this, and plus minus 1 sigma take care of 65% of this. So that type of thing you can say it's a normal distribution. Then you can go to the this computing probability using the normal distribution. Next. Yeah, this you can do that. So you can get the distribution and all that, and that get the formula. Then sampling distribution and the central limit theorem. Next, you can see that. This you would have done all. If you have any problem, we can discuss and done. Because this you should have done in frequency distribution of sample marks. So that you can go to next stage and so on. Next. Yeah, these are the sampling property of distribution. Next. Yes. This is the frequency distribution of sample means. Next. So now come the statistical hypothesis testing. So because important thing is once you are doing statistics, उसकी hypothesis कोई आप बनाते हो, उसको test करना है. So that in general, statistical analysis is mainly used in the two situations. What is to determine if the student class 12 plays some sports, and sample survey shows out of 1,000 students how many are playing and all that, or in order to study the sports on the performance of class 12 students and so on and so forth. So extension of parameters of the population. तो कैसे extend कर दिया ना population के this, and then get this is a diagram which shows children level 95% of the confidence interval, non-shaded area. This is 95% because plus minus 2 sigma is 95%. So that's what is the so 95% of the students are there. Confidence level 90%, you are expecting that proportion of the sample P can be an interval population property, and 2 standard deviation 2 population proportion, 2 standard deviation, and figure 13, so on so forth. You can see that. So that type of thing which comes, and significant or testing of statistical heterogeneity, you go to the 2.5.2. This is, in this section we will discuss about how to test the statement S2 given in section 2.5. A number of experimental studies are conducted in statistics with the objective to infer if the data supports a hypothesis or not. The significance testing may involve the following phases: testing precondition on data, making the statistical hypothesis, and you can read this example. HO, this is no effect R study on the marks or the percentage of 12th example. The marks of the class 12 improves with the hours of study. So you want to say marks कितने लिए हैं. आप marks, एक तो बच्चा है कि क्लास में अटेंड करता है, क्लास सीरियसली अटेंड करता है, जो क्लास में पढ़ाया जाता है उसके दिमाग में चला जाता है. दूसरा बच्चा है जो घर में मेहनत करता है, जो क्लास में पढ़ाया होता है उस पर मेहनत करता है, उस पर करता है. नाउ इट कम्स आउट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम द स्टूडेंट्स, हर एक स्टूडेंट जो है उसका माइंड इतना डेवलप नहीं है कि ही कीप्स इट अप. सो जो बच्चा एग्जाम से पहले खूब पढ़ के आ जाता है, दैट फेलो गेट्स हायर मार्क्स. दैट hypothesis is there. So from this hypothesis is one-sided, as your assumption is that the marks would increase with hours of study. The second one, asked hypothesis may relate to decrease in marks with hours of study. However, अगर कोई बच्चा पढ़ता कुछ है लेकिन दिमाग में कुछ और हो रहा है, तो he is not concentrating on what he is studying, तो then जितना ज़्यादा टाइम वो स्टडी में लगाता है उसका रिजल्ट नेगेटिव होना शुरू हो जाता है. That is also the hypothesis of that. So this is there. It will just claim that a variable will cause difference in second. For example, two sides hypothesis for statement S2 would be hour of study of student makes a difference. It may be other increase or decrease. The marks of student class 12. In general, one-sided tests are called one-tail test and two-sided tests are called two-tail test. In general, alternative hypotheses relate to the research hypothesis. Please also note that the alternative hypothesis given above is one-way hypothesis, as it only states the effect in terms of increase of marks. In general, you may have alternative hypothesis which may be two-way, increase or decrease, less or more. So I talked about increase, but talk about decrease also. So then we talk about perform the desired statistical analysis. Next, you perform the exploratory analysis, produce a number of charts. Then from there you get figure 1.5, which shows p-value of the test statistics. The analysis of the result is, in this step you should analyze your result as stated in unit 1. You must not just draw your conclusion based on statistics, but support it with the statistical study. So where you can see that example, this is good. That's a, इसमें देख लीजिए, this is scatter plot of weekly study hours versus mark. Next, still next. या ये देखिए कैसे मार्क्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होते हैं स्टडी के लिए. कभी गिरना भी शुरू हो जाता है जब आप कंसंट्रेट नहीं कर रहे लेकिन पढ़ रहे हो, लेकिन यू आर नॉट कंसंट्रेटिंग, वो गिर जाते हो मार्क्स. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग. एग्जाम्पल यूजिंग कोरिलेशन एंड रिग्रेशन. अब रिग्रेशन इक्वेशन और कोरिलेशन, यू नो व्हाट इज कोरिलेशन कोएफिशिएंट, उसकी डेफिनेशन दिया हुआ है. नेक्स्ट, एक कोरिलेशन की डेफिनेशन है. देन this gives the all the all these the value of r lies between +1 and -1, so on and so forth. You can see that. So then you can say the data example so much and so on. So the correlation coefficient is given there, and then residual is y observed minus y predicted. So that's the question you can study, looked into it. And I think that weekly study hours, line fit plot. Next, you can see this figure 12. Next. Correlation coefficient आ गया, उसके बाद चलिए weekly study hours with the residual. Yes. Next. ये आ गया, plot आ गया, weekly study hours, line fit plot and all that. So these are the two plots. Next plot also is there. So that's the weekly study with this. So residual plot. ये residue है, ये actual plot है. So types of error in hypothesis testing. वो error देख ली types कैसे हैं. This is actual scenario. H is true, H not is false. So that type of thing is the hypothesis true. H stands for hypothesis. Hypothesis true, hypothesis false, and so on and so forth. So ये सारा but then it goes to summary and all that. So you can answer. ये आप लोगों ने बहुत सा you would have studied this if you have studied the statistics in 10+2 or later in your BCA. I think that's what you would have studied already. Now, this is why we are reading it again, is because it is going to be put in machine learning process through the programming. And that's where Python is being used and all things. Because machine learning is a basic tool for big data analytics, right? Shall we stop it here and give you rest for some time so that then we have the second class of artificial intelligence at 11 o'clock? What do you want? You want to continue with third unit also? Hello? Are you prepared for third unit or we leave it here?
We can take a break now, sir.
We can take a break. Then we take a long break and then go to artificial intelligence lecture at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that will be fine.
Okay? All the best then. So, are you all ready for the AI? Hello? You sure?
Hello.
Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kishore, can you open the artificial intelligence book also? Somebody could open the artificial intelligence book. Introduction to artificial intelligence. Somebody will open it. While somebody is opening, let me explain how did artificial intelligence term came up. See, in 1955-56, McCarthy, Newman, all these people were working on chess playing, were playing TikTok, natural language processing, and all these things they were working on it. Then they wanted the group of people to get together to work on the project. Now, to get the money for the project, they went to NSF, National Science Foundation, which is the main contributing body for research purposes for the various professors and all that. So then they McCarthy gave the name artificial intelligence. And from that day, artificial intelligence became famous. But in Europe, Sir Lighthill from England was asked, as a chairman, was asked to give fund for the work on artificial intelligence. It was Sir Lighthill's commitment was that I don't think our computers are good enough to work on artificial intelligence. Although England's Turing has already uh, done something on artificial intelligence in 1950, that is Turing test and all that, that will do it anyway. So Japanese continued working, but they were not good in software. They were working on hardware and all that. 1974 in US, they brought the expert system ICEED, which was working on the various type of bloods and all that, and having using the data for analysis and all that, using computer. And their user was considered to be normal person, not knowing the terms of not knowing any medical science and all that. So a lot of new thing came up through this, to the answer to the various questions and all that. But still, the work on the artificial intelligence was dormant. Some people were working. It was in 1997 that Gary Kasparov, the Soviet chess player, lost to IBM Blue programming, and from that time, AI took importance and all countries started working on it. But still, I would say it is the COVID which made the AI work much faster. And you had Sophia, you had all type of robots, robot teaching classes and all type of things. But now AI has become viral and it's being used in every aspect of the administration, teaching, production, factory owner, this everywhere it is being utilized and people are encouraged to use it. So that's why the AI has become much more important. And Darshan Pichale, the CEO of Google Alpha Beta, is spending billions of dollars and establishing a project on AI in Visakhapatnam, which is being built by one of the Indian businessmen. So that way, we had the AI impact study in Delhi in Pragati Maidan, Mandap, where we attended this, and it was wonderful. Lot of experience you could see, lot of people showcasing some interesting robots and interesting AI results and all that. So AI is becoming now multi-billion dollar thing, and you expect AI to go in big way. Today, you don't have to worry about PS. You can dictate it to the computer. 99% it is accurate, and you can even have the draft corrected by AI. You can have a first draft to be prepared by AI, and so on, so forth. A lot of interesting things are happening. On People are using AI as a partner, as a friend, and chatting box. You 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 are chatting. You can chat with AI and get a lot of things done and all that. So that's where you can do all type of things and all that. So that's a wonderful thing which are happening. So that's where you will see a lot of things wonderful and this happen. Now, are you able to open the introduction to artificial intelligence? Somebody? Anybody has got the book? Yes or no? Shashi, Kishore, Sonali, Ankit, Yush, Pradeep, Nikta, anybody? Anybody has a book? Are you able to listen to me? Hello?
Yes, sir. But sir, we don't have the hard copy of the book. We have LMS access, sir. Soft copy, sir.
Oh, can you display the soft copy? Tomorrow I have already the password and we'll have on the other this, but in this I don't have the material for this. So can you uh, display the digital copy?
Just 1 second, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Are you able to read it? Okay. So that's the introduction to artificial intelligence. That's what I briefly said it, but let's go ahead with this. Introduction, objective, basis for artificial intelligence, brief history of artificial intelligence, components of intelligence, approaches to artificial intelligence, comparison with artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning, and application area of artificial intelligence system, intelligent agent, stimulus, response agent, and summary. So that's what it says. AI is today everywhere used. People are gradually becoming accustomed to its presence. So अब तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने थर्ड और एट्थ क्लास के क्लब बच्चों को भी करना शुरू कर दिया, पहले एट्थ से ट्वेल्थ को करा था. So that's what wonderful things have happened. This the most cutting edge technology market are assistant like Apple Siri, Amazon's Alexa, Microsoft's Cortana. All these are as your secretaries. They can just go on to the and call that. You can dictate everything from them. So these are good assistants. It's possible that you already familiar with the technology involved in artificial intelligence. Are you? That's question he has raised and all that. So then it talks about accumulation of information and ability that a person has gained through their life experience is known as knowledge, while intelligence refers to one's capacity to put one's knowledge into the practice. So that's the difference between knowledge and intelligence. to put it simple, knowledge is what we have learned over the years, and it expands as time passes. Hence, of this, it represents the circumstances of everything that we have realized over the course of our life. It is important to highlight that having information doesn't automatically make one intelligent. Rather, intelligent is what makes one smart. So you have data, information, uh, know- knowledge, and wisdom. So there are complete serial ultimately goes to the wisdom. Data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. That's the sequence of this. There is a well-known proverb, marks are not the measure of intelligence. आपके अगर 100% marks है, that doesn't mean that you are the most intelligent person. But probably you work much harder. That's why you got this. Intelligent, not a measure. Intelligent person can who implements what he knows about it. I have seen a serial where a person, a boy of some 14 years old, was working on a vending. He was going, picking up the various uh, materials from various disposed material. And then he was always trying to play with it. And he used to make a lot of instruments, electronic instrument out of it. And that person became crorepati because he helped this uh, industry to have the power on. So that's where he played a big role. Nobody knew how to do it. He rectified the components and made it done. So that's an example which I give always. That a person need not be a very well studied or high PhD and all that, but a person who uses the knowledge can also get done. Yes. Keep the book on, please. Yes. You have removed the book. Okay. Some of the prerequisite to get started with the subject is you can go to uh, 1.1's end. These are the strong understanding of basic concepts of mathematics, that is algebra, calculus, and probability condition. Experience in programming using Python or Java. You wanted Python. So Python is used for AI as well as for machine learning, which will be used in big data. A good understanding of algorithm, reasoning, good data analytic skills, fundamental knowledge in discrete mathematics, finally, mind to work, your internal spirits, internal will to work, internal will to learn. So then 1.2 objectives, you can see it understand the difference between knowledge and intelligence and answer what is AI and compare artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep learning. So understand the concept of agents. So this is the basic of artificial intelligence. So this is, you can say, various definitions are given. According to Haggard, 1985, the executive new effort to make computers think, machines with mind in the full and literal sense. According to Bellman, the automation, the ultimate automation of behavior that we connect with the human thinking activate such as decision making, problem solving and learning. That is 1978 he said. The study of mental capability etc. Well, according to जो मेरा 93 का है, that is 91 में रिचर्ड नाइट की है और उसी में है the art of building machines, they are executive functions that demand intellect when preferred by people. According to Skutloff, a field of study that aims to explain and ex- execute intelligent behavior in terms of the computational. And according to Luger and the discipline of computer science that is concerned with the automation of intelligent this. So that's what they say. So they say, according to this, there are creation of system that think in the same way as people do, the creation of systems that are capable of logical thinking, the creation of machine that can mimic human behavior, the creation of system that behaves in biggest in logical manner. So that's what is a AI. Now, machine can never become more intelligent than man, hopefully, because if it become more intelligent, then it will destroy the human being. So people are using AI tools as friends to chat, to have even all type of dialogue with them, and having question answers and all the thing. So that's where they are being used now. A lot of people use bot chat to answer various questions and all that. So these are the various diagram में ये जो figure है figure 1, what is artificial intelligence, emerging AI technology. Next जाइए जरा. So this is आगे जाइए आगे. हाँ ये. So human brain sense, comprehend, act. ह्यूमन ब्रेन से ये 3 चीजें होती है. फिर एआई टेक्नोलॉजी से क्या होता है? कंप्यूटर विजन, ऑडियो प्रोसेसिंग, दैट इज फॉर सेंसेस. फॉर कंप्रीहेंड में नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग, नॉलेज रिप्रेजेंटेशन. एक्ट में मशीन लर्निंग एंड एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम. मैंने माइसिन बताया ना, एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम बन गया था. अब तो बहुत से एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम है जो सॉल्व करते हैं. सो दीज आर दी इलस्ट्रेटिव सोल्यूशन. क्या है? विजुअल एजेंट है, आइडेंटिफाई एनालिसिस, so cognitive robotics, speech analysis, recommendation system, and data visualization. These are the various things of artificial intelligence. So you see, lot of things come under artificial intelligence. Deep learning comes under artificial intelligence. Machine learning comes under artificial intelligence, but they are being used in a different sector. Next. This again, next diagram, artificial intelligence is divided into type 1 and type 2. That is narrow AI, general AI, super AI. But in type 2 is reactive machine, limited memory, theory of mind, self awareness. So इसको आगे और एक्सप्लेन करा हुआ है नेक्स्ट डायग्राम में. आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस स्टेज 1 इज मशीन लर्निंग स्पेशलिस्ट, is used in area and solve lot of problem. So that's artificial intelligence. Stage 2, machine intelligence, that make refer to a computer that is as smart as human being. Then stage 3, machine consciousness and intellect, that is much smarter than the best human brain in practice. So because it can go do the thing much faster, but we never like artificial intelligence to become smarter than the human being. But ultimately, it has to be controlled by the human being. So these are the various categories of artificial intelligence discussed here: artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial super intelligence. That has been described there. So that's this. Then comes 1.4. Next, 1.4, brief history of artificial intelligence, starting from Aristotle, 384 BC. So he talked about logic system. Then 17th century Descartes said the animal bodies are just complete machines. Pascal made the first mechanical digital calculator in year 1622. Boolean made the 1800 Boolean algebra binary algebra. Charles Babbage and Ada Byron, Byron's daughter Ada, they worked, whereas Ada's commitment that even a monkey can make Mona Lisa. You know, Mona Lisa is the most expensive, most talked about portrait of Lisa. That one is one which says even monkey can make it. That's through artificial intelligence. So Burton Russell, North Whitford, all these people, lot of the people. In 1950, Turing of England, who some other was later after the World War II, was uh, given death sentence because of his uh, the sexual relation, uh, his manly relationship and all that. Alan Turing, it's a Turing test is there. The Turing test has been talked about. Turing test. Okay, we'll come to the Turing test later. So, Marvin Minsky ने snark build up करा. SNARK stands for Stochastic Neural Analog Reinforcement Computer. Then 1956, which I said at Dartmouth, was the site of well-known meeting. At the conference, the people who came up with the idea of AI met for the first time. At this meeting, the name artificial intelligence was chosen. Newell and Simon book, The Logic Theoretic, came out. Many people think it was the first show to use artificial intelligence. 1959, Geltner made a geometric engine. In 1965, Slagel's PhD dissertation at MIT was a program called Saint. It was written in Lisp and so on. So these are the various examples given there. 65, 74 में Mycin was made. Mycin showed how powerful rule-based system can be for representing and drawing a conclusion about knowledge in medical diagnostic and treatment. For the knowledge representation version, to CAC IIT Kharagpur also did some work and all that. So that's where this early AI was based on general system that didn't know much. AI researchers rely that for machine to be able to reason about complex stuff, they need to know a lot about narrow field. So there are other examples given here. You can just go through this. In 1990, I said 1997 was a year of first official Robo Cup soccer match. It was played on tubal trap with 40 teams of robos talking to each other. So that's a wonderful thing. As more and more people use the web crawler and other AI-based programs that pull information from it are becoming more and more important. The last which made it most popular was, I said, Deep Blue. In 1997, Gary Kasparov, who won the world championship at that time, lost to IBM Deep Blue chess program. And 2000, you see, 2018, you had Sophia, that normal robo goes in remote parts of Antarctic. अब अंटार्कटिक में तो इतना लो टेम्परेचर है, वहाँ जाना मुश्किल था. लोग जाते हैं, हमारे इंडिया भी गए हैं वेदर ऑफिस वाले. बट बेसिक थिंग इज टेम्परेचर इतना लो है वहाँ पर, to stay there permanently it was difficult, but robots were there which made lot of discoveries and all that. So then internet agents and all that. So component of intelligence is learning, rote learning or memorizing, learning by instruction, learning by analogy, learning by induction, learning by deduction. So these are the things which you go further up. और आगे जाइए. हाँ, So these are the 4-5 process of rote learning and memorizing, learning by instruction, learning by analogy, learning by induction, and all that. Rote learning is memorizing, and that is the information is simply copied into database. In this method of learning, this technique is memorizing multiplication tables and all type of thing. Then learning by instruction. So next method of learning is to be instructed, because new knowledge must be contributed to an existing knowledge. अगर कोई नई knowledge आती है, नई discovery होती है, or that to be added. So this is why when a teacher instructs a student, 3 into 3 is 9 और 3 into 3 is 6, वो क्या करता है, तो सब ठीक होना चाहिए. लर्निंग बाय एनोलॉजी, कोई सिमिलर एग्जांपल दे के पढ़ाना, वो दैट लर्निंग बाय एनोलॉजी हो जाता है. टेक्निकल फ्रिक्वेंटली employ the method of instruction. For example, the text, some problem is solved as example, and students are subsequently asked to solve similar problems and all that. Learning by induction, learning through induction is the most common method of learning. This is method of learning that implies inductive reasoning, which is style of reasoning for involved drawing a conclusion from a large number of this and all that. अगर बताना कि शेर है, शेर को कैसे संभालना है, कैसे, all these things are by induction. लर्निंग बाय डिडक्शन, वो क्या होता है कि फाइनली वी डिस्कस डिडक्शन, डिडक्टिव मेथड, विच इज फाइनेंशियल और डिडक्टिव inferences, a non-debatable mode of thinking. By irrefutable method of reasoning, we now learn hypotheses, are given facts and all that. So these are the basic things and all that. Then there other processes are there: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So that supervised learning is, आपको टीचर है जो ऊपर पढ़ा रहा है, वो पढ़ा रहा है, सब कुछ करता है. यूजुअल थिंग अबाउट द वर्ल्ड इज व्हाट यू से. You see something, making a map from the current state condition, or etc. etc. Unsupervised learning, there is no way to know what is important. That जैसे वो मैंने बताया, a 14 years old boy who was collecting various dust materials and all that thing, that learned this and all that. Reinforcement learning is some problem, that task or problem can only be seen, not said. Also, the job may be an ongoing one. So that type of thing is there. So these are the three ways of learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Reasoning. There are others also: delayed reinforcement learning, reasoning, problem solving, language understanding, and so on. Then go to the 1.6, approaches to artificial intelligence, Turing test, approach of the cognitive modeling, approach of the law of thought, approach of the rational agent. So Turing test is this. ये देखिए diagram जो है, this is the Turing test. A, B, C. The C is trying to see if A is a machine or B is a machine. So questions are being asked, both are answering, but nobody knows, is it this machine or this is machine. If the answers are similar, you will say both are similar. So that's what is the Turing test there. Turing came up with the test, which is now known as Turing test, to see if something is smart. Below is a summary of the Turing test. So what to say? For the purpose of the test, there are 3 rooms that will be used for the test. In one of the room, there is a computer system that is said to be smart. In each of the other 2 rooms are the human being, person setting. One is the person who will ask, called C, is suppressed, supposed to ask questions of the both computer and the man. This. So आंसर्स आर गिवन, वो कैसे स्पीड से कैसे आंसर होते हैं, उससे कंपेयर करना है कि दोनों सेम है कि डिफरेंट है. सो that. But there was a criticism which is known as Chinese test, criticism of the Turing test, that is, उसने क्या करा कि शेक्सपियर का बनाया जो था उसका चाइनीज में ट्रांसलेट करा. सो देयर वर 3 रूम जस्ट लाइक दैट. तो क्वेश्चन भी इंग्लिश में पूछते थे लेकिन उसको चाइनीज में कन्वर्ट करके, बिकॉज विदाउट नोइंग चाइनीज, वो सिर्फ सिंबल देख देख के करेक्ट करके बना देते थे. सो दैट says this is not a sure test. The scenario for the Chinese room test take place in a single room with 2 windows. A Shakespeare scholar who knows English but not Chinese is sitting in the room with a kind of Shakespeare encyclopedia. The encyclopedia is printed so that every pair of page next to each other, one page is written in Chinese and other page is written in English. So this is there. Through one of the windows, Chinese characters with questions about Shakespeare writing are sent to the persons inside. The person inside through the encyclopedia, and when he or she finds the exact copy of the sequence of characters sent in, reads the English version, thanks thinks of the answer and writes it down in English for his or her own understanding. The person then looks up the encyclopedia for the corresponding sequence of Chinese character and send the sequence of Chinese character through the other window. Without knowing Chinese, the person is answering questions in Chinese. So that's the type of thing which is done there. So that's where they said Turing test is not valid test and all that. So that's this, but Turing test is still popular and it is still being good. So देख लीजिए intercept acting, this, all these you can see that. Then comparison artificial intelligence with machine learning and deep learning. ये जो diagram है, this is wonderful diagram. देखिए ये पूरा artificial intelligence है, whole is artificial intelligence, उसके बीच में आ जाता machine learning, उसमें बीच में आ जाता deep learning. So that's the type of thing. So that's next diagram में बताया हुआ है subdomain of artificial intelligence, deep learning, natural language processing, machine learning, neural network, computer vision. Then there is the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, semi-supervised learning. So all these are important questions, all that, various subdivisions of the artificial intelligence. So introduction to machine learning आ गया, because this machine learning is the important questions here, which we are talking about. Big data में machine learning will be there. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence, because this is machine learning. ये machine learning है. No. कहाँ गया भाई? पीछे जाओ, machine learning पर आओ, जो डायग्राम थी. हाँ पीछे, हाँ ये देखो, this is machine learning, this is deep learning. So that's what we are talking about, machine learning. Next, अब चलिए next. So introduction to machine learning. Machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence. It explains one of the most important idea of AI. सारे जो statistical pattern है, diagrams hai, all these are covered in the machine learning process and all that. Algorithms for machine learning are based on ways that people learn from their experience. So machine learning shows a machine how to draw conclusion and make decision based on what it has learned. So that's what comes up here. This is the various what happened heavily across all industries, anticipate what will happen inherently, probability, provide recommendation or what to do to achieve goal and all that. So these are the machine learning: descriptive, predictive, and perspective analytical. Introduction to deep learning. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that focus on algorithm called आर्टिफिशियल न्यूरल नेटवर्क. जैसे ह्यूमन में न्यूरल्स है, मिलियन न्यूरल्स है, आपके ही कहीं भी जोसम के हिस्से में चूटी काट जाए तो फॉरन ब्रेन रिसर्च कर लेता है कि कहाँ काटा है. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग इज अ न्यूरल नेट. So a neural network is made up of layers of software-based calculator called neuron. So that's the type of neural network दिखाया नहीं अभी, तो neural network आपको दिखाया जाएगा. So this is then when we come to the later chapter, we'll show you neural network. This is potential use of AI in healthcare. That is next. जाइए नेक्स्ट. ये देखिए, ये हेल्थ केयर में है. एआई एंड रोबोटिक के यूज, आजकल रोबो इज बीइंग यूज फॉर सर्जरी आल्सो एंड ऑल दैट. अंडर द गाइडेंस ऑफ द सर्जन, ए रोबो डज द सर्जरी. ट्रीटमेंट पहले क्या है? कीपिंग वेल, अर्ली डिटेक्शन, डायग्नोस्टिक, डिटेक्टिंग, decision making, treatment, end of life cycle, research, and training. These are the 8 different potential use of AI in health. ये आगे आ गया है. These are the AI for precision farming. So that you can say, survey field, GPS controlled autonomous use charts, और जीपीएस इसके करते हैं जो ग्लोबल प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम है. देन कम्स इधर से फार्मिंग डेटा, कनेक्टिव स्टॉक्स, स्मार्ट ड्रोन्स. अब ड्रोन से फर्टिलाइजर भी डाला जा सकता है और इंसेक्टिसाइड भी डाला जा सकता है ड्रोन से. देन ऑटोमेटिक ट्रैक्टर, जो ट्रैक्टर को चलाने के लिए आपको चलाने की जरूरत नहीं है, दे आर ऑटो कंट्रोल. देन वेदर फोरकास्ट, अगेन weather forecast. Since what I said, I got the supercomputer and then set up the National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, which does the forecast so that you have the weather forecast to the agriculture that was made for all agricultural people. Soil sensor and fleet of agri boats and crowdsourcing. So these are the various aspects of the farming for the purpose of this. So smart mobility, retail, manufacturing, etc. You can read that. Smart city, education and skilling, financial industry. These are the various applications दिया हुआ है. फार्म को उसने बहुत, फार्म और हेल्थ को उसने डायग्रामेटिकली प्रोजेक्ट करा है. बाकियों को लिखा हुआ है कि देयर आर सम HI तक है. So you can say up to financial industry. The financial industry also use AI. For example, it helps the फ्रॉड. अब कार्ड फ्रॉड हो रहा है, जब कोई फ्रॉड से किसी का पैसे निकाल रहा है. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर आल्सो डन थ्रू एआई. सो दैट्स वेयर इट्स रिटन. इंटेलिजेंट एजेंट्स. सो इट्स एजेंट क्या है? It has automatic control, that is approach under its own control. It capable of perceiving its own environment. Agents क्या है जो ये बताया हुआ है. So then you can talk about various reactivity, autonomy, cumulative skill, and all these things are mentioned there, and all that you can read. P's, performance, environment, acoustical, and sensor. These are the word with P's, which is explained by this and all that. So that maximize safety of the passenger, performance measures, all these are things that P जो है, that is important. PEAS, performance, environment, actuator, and sensors. These are very important things. The agents, different agents are there. Agents are, there are two parts of an agent as its structure. A hardware device which senses and actuates in which the agents will reside, called the architecture of the agent. An agent program that will convert or map the percept into action. That's the one which is there. So these are the various agents. You can see that. You read this and you will get all this thing very clearly. These are artificial agents, simulation response agents, learning agents, design. All these are important agents which are helpful there and all that. So that concludes the unit 1. We go to unit 2. Problem solving using search. So various search processes are there. Introduction to state space search, problem formulation. Yes, good. So element of game playing search. So all these things are being discussed. This define the problem precisely, find initial and final configuration for acceptable solution of the problem, analyze the problem, find few important features that we have, isolate and represent task knowledge necessary to solve the problem, choose the best problem solving technique and apply it to the particular problem. To provide a formal description problem, we need the following. Define a state space, initial state, goal state. So you must have initial state and goal state. That is, this is a graph, this is tree. Graph is all connected, whereas tree is only having two connections, one up, one down. It has two vertex always. A, B, C, B has D, C has B, D, B has, and so on. This is what they, and this is the initial stage, and that's the goal. नेक्स्ट चलिए, पीछे आइए, पीछे बैक बैक बैक, ये आ गया, ये इनिशियल स्टेज, ये गोल स्टेट आ गया. So that's what is happening. Then the puzzle problem from AI, that is now this is a, just go to the puzzle problem. Next, go next. Yes, आगे चलिए. हाँ, ये देखिए, ऊपर वाला देखिए, जो ये देखिए, टाइल्स इन स्पेसिफिक ऑर्डर. तो इसको ये मूव द ब्लैंक, ब्लैंक को मूव करके उसको 1 2 3 4 से सिमेट्री बनाना, वो आगे बताया हुआ है. ये देखो, ये बनाना 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. इसका सोल्यूशन कैसे बनता है, ये देखिए, ये है स्टार्ट स्टेट, ये है फाइनल स्टेट. इसके क्या करना है, पहले अप करो, इसको अप कर दिया, 1 को नीचे कर दिया, इसमें डाउन करा, इसमें डाउन करा, तो ये इसको नीचे आ गया. यहाँ पर लेफ्ट करा और यहाँ राइट करा. अब लेफ्ट में फिर अप करा, इसको अप करा, 3 नीचे आ गया, 1 2 3 4 6. सो इस 1 2 3 4 फिफ्थ एग्जाम्पल में उसका सारा सोल्यूशन आ गया. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 इस कंबाइंड. आगे चलिए. हाँ, ये देखिए, ये आ गया अप टू 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 से. तो ये अप डाउन लेफ्ट राइट, तो ये सारे करके फिर उसको इसमें जो ऊपर करा, तो 1 2 3 4 5. सिंपल इट के एग्जाम्पल. यू अंडरस्टैंड? So that simple by up, down and the left. तो लेफ्ट से जब हुआ, तो उसको जब लेफ्ट को अप करा, तो सीधा ये ऊपर चला गया और 1 3 नीचे आ गया. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 प्रॉपर सिमेट्रिकल से. 2.1 objective: understand the state space search, formulate the problem in the form of state space, and so on. Introduction to state space search, structure of the state space, problem solution, problem formulation, and so on. this is the one which is trying to do state space with the initial goal and all that. आगे चलते जाइए, आगे चलिए. ये रहा. State space with the initial and goal nodes. These are initial state, these are action, these are goal nodes. So that's what उसको वैसे उसी तरह हो जाएगा. So that's one. Searching for solution. आगे आ जाता सर्चिंग फॉर सॉल्यूशन. प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग. अब सिंपल प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द जग है कि आपके पास जग है जो 4 लीटर का है और 3 लीटर का है. नेक्स्ट चलिए, यह 4 लीटर का है, 3 लीटर का है. उसमें आपने 4 लीटर वाले में 2 लीटर पूरा पानी पड़ना, लेकिन मेजरमेंट नहीं है. लेकिन हाउ कैन यू शो दैट दैट इज 2 लीटर. और 3 वाले में 2 लीटर करना है, वो भी बताइए हाउ विल यू डू इट. So this is the problem which has been solved here by this. You see that this is the table 2, getting exactly 2 gallon of water in 4 gallon jug. So that one you go next. चलो next. ये देखिए 2 गैलन जग में आ गया, ये 4 गैलन जग में आ गया. 2 गैलन जग में पहले क्या है, इनिशियल 0 था. आप 4 गैलन 4 वाले में भरिए, उसमें से 3 गैलन में 3 डाल दीजिए तो उसमें 1 रह जाएगा. अब 1 को 0 कर दीजिए, 3 गैलन में 0 हो जाएगा. इसमें 0 कर दीजिए, उसमें 1 गैलन डाल दीजिए. अब 4 गैलन लीजिए, 4 गैलन में से 3 वाले में पहले भी 1 गैलन है, उसमें और पानी डालिए. जब भर जाए, जब 3 गैलन हो जाएगा तो आपके 4 गैलन वाले में कितना आ जाएगा, 2 गैलन आ जाएगा. सो 2 गैलन और जो 3 गैलन वाले का गिरा दीजिए. सो इट रिमेन 4 गैलन वाले में 2 गैलन रह जाएगा और 3 गैलन में 0 हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट में हो जाएगा 4 गैलन में 2 0, उसमें 0 हो जाएगा. सो दैट्स व्हाट द एग्जांपल इज शोन इन द ग्राफिकल मैनर 2 3 2 0. So that example is very clearly shown so that you can have jug में either way you can get 2 gallons always without even marking there, you know, because उसमें अगर वो 3 गैलन वाले में 1 गैलन पहले है तो 2 गैलन पड़ेगा, तो बाकी 4 गैलन वाले में से 2 गैलन बच जाएगा. So that's what is the simple way of doing it. तो 8 puzzle problem है. ये देखो, वो ये जो ब्लैंक है, इसमें जो शेडेड एरिया है उसको गोल शेड में लाना है. 1 2 3 4 5 6 जो पहली एग्जांपल हमने करी थी वही एग्जांपल से ये बताया हुआ है. तो इससे यहाँ से यहाँ, यहाँ से यहाँ अल्टीमेटली, सो दैट 3 फेजेस में उसको करने में आगे जाइए. ये 3 फेजेस में इसने रिजल्ट पूरा कर लिया है. सो दैट उधर से उधर गया, उधर से उधर गया, से रिजल्ट इसको ऊपर करा, 3 का हो गया. तो इसी तरह एन क्यू आ जाता है. ऑल पॉसिबल वेज, ट्री से भी कर सकते हो. और कॉस्ट एन क्यून प्रॉब्लम आ गया कि जो क्यून है दे शुड नॉट बी इन द सेम कॉलम or in diagonal or horizontal. So there are n queues, they should be separated out this so that no queue is able to have under the same diagonal, under the same vertical or under the this. So that type of thing. So this is the question. तो ये देखिए, ये आ गया जो फिगर 11 में बताता है. देखिए पहले में सिर्फ चौथे कॉलम में है, लेकिन चौथे ना इधर हॉरिजॉन्टल ना वर्टिकल. आगे चलिए और पीछे चले, थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ. ये अब ये देखिए चौथे कॉलम में खाली क्यून है, देन छठे कॉलम में खाली क्यून है, वर्टिकल में भी नहीं है, उधर भी नहीं है, ना डायगोनल में आती है क्यून, ना डायगोनल में क्यून है. तो इसी तरह नेक्स्ट इज 8th में है, वो उसके डायगोनल में कोई नहीं है, वर्टिकल में कोई नहीं है, ऐसी कोई नहीं है. इसी तरह सब में ऐसे है. सो दैट दिस 8 जो क्यून है हैव बीन पुट विद 8 by 8 मैट्रिक्स में लगाया है जो आपस में कहीं भी टैली नहीं करती, ना डायगोनल में, ना वर्टिकल में, ना हॉरिजॉन्टल में, ना वर्टिकल में. So that's what is the process there. उसका solution ये दिया हुआ है ये. So it is solution is जो total distinct solutions are कितने करोड़, कितने लाख, कितने हो जाता है. So that type of thing which happens. Number of queues 1 1 2 2. So this wonderful things are there. So this is the solution of n queues of the n is equal 1 to 26. ये 28 तक तो 12 से हो जाता है, बाकी तो देखिए 26 में 22 पर कितना होता है, 26 पर तो और भी ज्यादा हो जाता है. हाँ 26 पर ये हो गया 22 अरब 317 करोड़ 699. ये तो सैकड़ों हजार 10,000 लाख 10 लाख करोड़ 10 करोड़, अरे बाप रे, ये तो बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग इज हैपनिंग. सो दैट फॉर्मुलेशन 4 क्यून तो हम कर चुके हैं, ये 4 क्यून का तो इजीली सॉल्यूशन मिल जाता है. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग इज 4 क्यून का ये सॉल्यूशन भी दिया हुआ है, ये भी दिया हुआ है. ये 4 क्यून का सॉल्यूशन है. ये देखिए ये हॉरिजॉन्टल भी नहीं है, वर्टिकल भी नहीं है, डायगोनल भी नहीं है. सो ईच वन इज देयर, ना डायगोनल में है ना हॉरिजॉन्टल में कोई है उसमें दिस. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग व्हिच इज डन. सो सॉल्यूशन 1 सॉल्यूशन 2 दो सॉल्यूशन हो गए उसके. सो 2 पॉसिबल सॉल्यूशन ऑफ 4 क्यून प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए. तो कि ना डायगोनल में है, ना वर्टिकल में है, ना हॉरिजॉन्टल में उसके कोई और क्वीन है. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग विद दिस इज सॉल्यूशन इज डन हियर. ये लेट डायगोनल एंड राइट डायगोनल फॉर 5x5 चेस बोर्ड, तो उसमें भी वो करा होगा है सर. सो ये सारा प्रोग्राम है. Advanced search, 2 agent search. So this is the important to computer science. A search algorithm in an algorithm for finding an item with specified properties among a collection of items. The item may be stored individually as records in the database. So game playing techniques, all these things are there. So that type of आगे चलिए 2.5. हाँ, so this is a my interest is I win, your interest is you lose. So that type of thing is there. So that we are opponent, one win, you lose. So that type of thing which will happen. So this is pruning and heuristic research. Players, this and all that, result is this. सारा explain करा हुआ है, ये सारा explain करा हुआ है. So this type, initial state, player state, action, that you can see. Minimax search technology. Minimax is important. इस पर हमेशा question आता है, and it's very interesting also. Decision making strategy, game theory में आता है. Minimax, min-max, MM are saddle points on this. Min decrease the chance of maximum to win the game. Max increase the chance of winning the game. So this is type of thing. Minimax algorithm ये दिया हुआ है. ये minimax algorithm आगे प्रोग्राम में दिया हुआ नहीं है, कहीं एग्जाम्पल में दिया होगा. तो ये is max min. Alpha beta pruning, ये भी आप पढ़ लीजिए. And you see this is working of alpha beta pruning is just a good example of this. Multiple choice questions and summary and all that. So ये आप कल please go through this now, and if you have any questions we'll discuss it tomorrow. Then we'll go for other units on this and try to solve it. आज हम 2 ही यूनिट करेंगे. we need not do 3 unit, but it was good to introduce artificial intelligence, also big data. So that's the question which we have been able to answer that. I think that is enough for today. Is that okay, or shall we do the third unit? Anybody wants the third unit? अभी दो ही काफी है, आज पहला दिन है. आई थिंक दो यूनिट्स ओके. यू कैन स्टडी इट. ये अल्फा बीटा प्रूनिंग सारा पढ़ के जाइए. अगर कोई डिफिकल्टी नजर आती है, वी विल स्टडी इट टुमारो. ओके.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay, sir.
All the best. Okay, then I'll keep yourself on. I'll ask them to take your map so that attendance के लिए map हो जाएगा.